What's up, guys? This is Brent with 247parts.com, the best place online to buy your John Deere parts. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to change the blades on your John Deere Z930R. Now, before I hop on, get this thing on the jack and get it raised up, let's go over the tools that we're going to need to do this job. First and foremost is going to be a jack. Now, this is a Mojack Pro, and you may not have this exact setup, but you need to get the front of this mower jacked up off the ground because taking off the deck is a big hassle on these machines. So getting that mower jacked up is going to be the way we want to go. And then next, once we get that jacked up, we are going to want some wheel chocks to go behind it just to make sure that it is not going to roll. Another good thing may be a set of jack stands to go underneath the front if you don't have a jack that has a solid locking mechanism, just for that extra safety. Then we're going to need a wooden block to make sure and hold those blades still whenever we're making that change. We need a torque wrench that's going to go up to 90 pounds because these blades are going to have to be torqued down to 90 foot-pounds. Then we're going to need a breakover bar with a 24mm socket, or you could go with an electric impact if you have that. Today I'm going to be using the breakover bar, and this 24mm socket is what we're going to use to take those blades off and put them back on. So now we'll go ahead and get the mower up on the jack. Then next, we'll go ahead and get our wheel chocks set into place. All right, so now once we get the mower up off the ground, first thing we need to do is get our bolts broken loose here on our blades. Now I'm just gonna do the one here just to show how this is gonna be done. So right here, we're gonna wanna get our wooden block put in place for whenever we're going backwards here against this blade to be able to wedge it. That way the blade will not spin whenever we're taking this off. So we're gonna get that into place right there. And then we're just gonna start to break that loose. And with that block wedged into place, you should be able to break that loose pretty easy. Then once you've got it loose, you will be able to do that by hand. Now, whenever we're taking this off, once we get it loose, we can take the bolt out by hand. And then once that blade comes loose and we are to change that out for our new blade, the things that we need to keep in mind is that we're going to have a large cup washer here that we need to make sure whenever we go back on, that cup washer does go up against that blade. And then in between the cup washer and the bolt, we're gonna have another small washer here. So we need to make sure that we're not losing that, keep that in place. Take our cup washer, put it back on. And then once we take our new blades and go back on, there is gonna be a ridge here on this spindle that the blade is actually gonna sit over, just like so. Then we can take our bolt and start it back on. And we want to start it by hand and run that all the way up so that that blade does stay attached to the bottom of that spindle. Then we're going to go ahead and switch out our socket here, get it onto our torque wrench, and make sure that our torque wrench is up to the 90 foot-pounds. Then what we'll do is get our blade spun around here to where it's going to make contact with our wood block here on the other side, just like so. And we can take our torque wrench and just start to tighten this up. We're just waiting for that break in the torque wrench to let us know that we're at 90. right there. And then once you hear that click in your torque wrench, you should be at that 90 pounds mark. And that is very important when we're talking about the blades on these commercial grade zero turns or any mower at all, is making sure that we're checking that torque spec and making sure that we are getting these torque down so we don't have these blades coming off whenever we are mowing. And then once you've done one, just make sure to do the other two the exact same way. Now keep in mind, you do not have to have a big fancy jack like what we've got here, but I work with a ton of mowers, so I have this jack to make sure I can fit all of my applications. But on these mowers, you can use a regular floor jack. They also make a jack kit for the front of these newer Z9 mowers. And if you're interested in that or any other Z9 parts, make sure to go check us out at 247parts.com. And also guys, if you like this video and this video helped you out, we just ask that you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, make sure to go buy your parts right here and subscribe right here.